welcome to this tutorial on finding the determinant of a matrix. Now to do this we need a square matrix. We need to have a matrix that has the same number of rows as columns. Though there are a variety of ways to think about it, probably the easiest way is to think that you're multiplying the numbers together going down and then subtracting what you get when you multiply the numbers going the other way. So in this first problem, when we multiply going down, -1 times -2 is a +2. Then we subtract, in this case 6 times 4 is 24, and 2 minus 24 is a -22. And that would be the determinant of the matrix we have on the screen. To verify this, we could go to our calculator, and I have already stored this matrix as matrix A. Oops, I actually have a little mistake, so let's correct that. Second matrix, edit matrix A. It still is 2 by 2, but the first digit is a -1, not a +1. So now we'll go back to the home screen, we'll pull up matrix A again. That's always why it's good to double check those things. Now we want the determinant, so we go second matrix. We want to calculate a little bit of math. The first item there is the determinant, and then second matrix, matrix A. The determinant of matrix A is -22, which we found. So now when we go to our second problem, again we multiply going down to the right, and we subtract when we go backwards to the left. So in this case, 3 times 7 is 21. Now here, be careful, we're subtracting. -5 times 2 is a -10. We're subtracting a -10, which really means we're adding 10. So that result would be 31. When we come back to check on the calculator, I've stored this as matrix B. Let's double check and make sure I entered it correctly. And I did. So now we want to find the determinant, which means we go over to math, determinant of matrix B. I can hit number 2 if I want to grab B. And there it is. The determinant of B is 31. So when we're doing a 2 by 2 matrix, it's really not that bad. We did also discuss what happens when we have a 3 by 3 matrix. And when we do that, what we really want to do is repeat the the first two columns again. So I'll put 2, 5, 7, and 3, -1, 2. And this is really a shortcut, so what we're going to do is we're going to add the products we get when we go downhill from left to right. And then we're going to subtract the products we get when we go the other way, diagonally from right to left. And there should be 3 of each of those diagonals. So on this first diagonal here, 2 times -1 is a -2, times 4 is going to be a -8. Ooh, 3 times 6 times 7, that takes a little bit of work there. And 3 times 6 times 7 is going to be 126. And in the last one that we have on a diagonal for addition, -4 times 5 is a -20, times 2 is going to be a -40. So we're adding those things up. Even if it's a negative, we're adding the negative. Then we're subtracting each of these on the other diagonals. -4 times a -1 is a +4, times 7 would be a 28. Then we're subtracting this item over here. 2 times 6 is 12, times 2 is 24. And then we're subtracting this item on the last diagonal. 4 times 5 is 20, times 3 is 60. So if we combine all of those things, now be careful, this is going to take a little bit of work. This will be a -8. These two would be a +86. When we work those out, -8 plus 86 is going to be a 78. Over here, -28 minus 24 is going to be a -52, and then we're subtracting 60 more. That's going to be a -112. 78 minus 112. I believe that's going to be a -34. Now, please double check your arithmetic, but let's verify on the calculator. So if we come over here to the calculator, I believe I've stored this as matrix C, but I'll double check. Matrix C, we will C, and it looks correct. So we'll second matrix to calculate the math determinant of matrix C, so second matrix, option 3 for C, close the parentheses, and we get -34. Awesome. Now that was the shortcut, but let's just go over the one other way we discussed to do that. So the other way we talked about is you would take this 2 right here and you would go with the determinant of -1, 6, 2, 4. And then you would come over here and you alternate. So this will be a negative and it will be a -3. And then you take the determinant of the stuff that doesn't align with the 3. So 5, 7, 6, 4 in that way. And then last but not least, we will come over here to the -4. Now that's really adding a -4. And adding a -4 is the same as subtracting 4. And then we're going to take the determinant right here, 5, -1, 7, 2. This is actually how the determinant is defined. So this would be 2. Now remember how we do 2 by 2 determinants. It's going to be a -4 minus 12. And then we'll have -3 times, in parentheses here, 20 minus 42. And then we'll have subtract 4 times this determinant, which is 10. Be careful here, plus 7. So when we combine everything, this would be 2 times a -16 minus 3 times a -22 minus 4 times 17. And now we have to be careful with the arithmetic. This will be a -32 plus 66. Be careful, negative times a negative is a positive. Minus 68. These two is going to be a -2. And -32 plus a -2 would be a -34. A lot of people find this shortcut way to be faster, but you could use this way, which is by the definition, if you so choose. Regardless, this is how we calculate determinants, and of course we know how we can verify them on the calculator.